Hey YouTube, I just wanted to come and do a quick little video. It's basically I decided to start using YouTube to create creative videos and maybe do fun stuff with my kids online and other things. But I also decided to use it as a platform for reflection for myself, maybe things that I'm dealing with in my life, like personal things, but also just education and also like venting mainly, not in a negative way, but just like maybe, hopefully I can get support or support other people who might be going through the same things. But mainly today I just wanted to talk about um, my child who is gonna be 3 in December, so he just barely turned 2. And some things have come up with him. And, when he was 1, we basically, we noticed that, like, he may have like a little bit of a delay because even as a baby, he kind of did like the milestones a little bit later, like just basic stuff like walking, sitting up, rolling over, like all those things. But my other 2 kids were so accelerated, we just kind of didn't even think anything of it. I mean, we just figured maybe that's just him. And so, although, time had passed and as his second well child check was approaching, we weren't really concerned, but we definitely had a feeling that there could be a possibility that maybe something was going on with him. And I had been kind of looking up the signs of, just autistic behavior because I am a medical assistant and I work in the medical field. And, I just mainly, started to notice some things as far as his behavior goes, like things that he would do, what I think that might be a little bit unusual, could be considered quirky, but also definitely, because he's my baby, they're cute, but you just things that are different, Um, and as I started to look more and more into autism, it has become quite clear to me that, my son does have some form of it, and it may be very mild. Right now, it's too soon to tell exactly, you know, uh, what his disabilities will be, if any. Right now, it's not noticeable. I mean, he is barely 2 years old. Um, when we talked to his doctor, she basically, when I took him to his well child check, she had asked me, um, just how I feel about, um, basically what's going on with him. And I just told her, I said, I think he has autism, but I don't think he has all the symptoms at that point. So, I didn't pretty much just say it like that, but I definitely made her aware that, I did think about it. And because I am a medical assistant, I'm sure she may have noticed things about him and the fact that he has not been talking a whole lot and putting sentences together, and I guess doing some things that he should already be doing at his age, although that is very questionable. It's like up for debate because I know a lot of parents who I also spoke to, and it's got a lot of information just like asking around and stuff, and they said, oh well, my child, and especially my son, boys, they develop later, they will basically grow out of whatever they're going through, and that they'll start talking when they're 2, and like, I mean, or excuse me, when they're 3, and it shouldn't be an issue. And maybe that's true for their child. I do feel like, with Carter, everything is kind of up in the air right now. I mean, I think he's extremely smart, so I do not kind of I do not worry about him academically. Like, he knows all of his ABCs. He knows all of his numbers, his colors, his shapes, and he can recognize these things when he sees them. And most kids at 2 years old cannot do that. And he can say, he'll, if you show him a picture or something, he can point out rectangle. He can tell you the color. He can, tell you the letter or the number, and he can, count really high and stuff like that. But where I noticed that he struggles is like his cognitive function, and like, when he was one, like he's balance and like walking and stuff wasn't really strong at first, and now like it's gotten a lot better. He's pretty sturdy, like motor skills, fine motor skills and gross motor skills. He's like good, like he can jump and he can do things. Just like a normal kid, just like any kid his age, like normal kid his age, like no issue with that. Um, but I think he has like more like sensory processing issues, and like things that like just take him longer to like figure out. And as far as like expressing things and verbalizing things, I think that you know um giving him more time is crucial, because I do see that he's learning. I do see that he's you know constantly he's processing things, but he's just not as verbal. Like, he just had a lot of nonverbal behavior, like, and he can talk to express his needs, but other than that, he doesn't really need to. He has an older brother. I mean, we, he pretty much gets his needs met all the time, but even with us having to have him like make more of an effort to communicate with us, um I mean, right now I haven't seen, you know, I haven't really seen much progression, I don't think, with that. But now that I'm paying more attention, I feel like it's going to be easier for me to pick up on those things, because now that I'm suspecting, it's like a lot more. I'm just more open and like aware to like things that I'm seeing.